We live in a world that constantly demands more from us. Success, strength, confidence, and leadership. These are the qualities that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. But for many men, there's a hidden force at play, a force that diminishes their potential day by day, a force that drains their energy, weakens their minds, and suppresses their power. I'm talking about a silent epidemic, the overindulgence in masturbation. Most men don't realize the true cost of this habit. They think of it as harmless, a way to relieve stress, or a temporary escape. But what if I told you it was more than just a small act of pleasure? What if I told you that every time you give in, you're losing something much more valuable, something that once gone is difficult to regain? The first casualty of overindulgence is your mind. At first, masturbation may seem like a harmless way to release tension, but over time, the psychological toll becomes undeniable. The feeling of guilt, shame, or self-loathing after the act is often brushed aside as normal, but it's not. Excessive masturbation is tied to feelings of guilt and shame. When you indulge frequently, your sense of self-worth erodes. Every time you give in, you feel weaker, less in control, and more disconnected from your goals. This behavior reinforces a negative feedback loop, where you're not only physically drained but mentally defeated. Masturbation also decreases your mental focus. Instead of channeling your energy into achieving your goals, you've given that energy to a fleeting moment of pleasure. Over time, this erodes your ambition, drive, and willpower. You feel stuck, distracted, unable to push forward in your personal or professional life. Your thoughts are clouded by a desire for that next release. And let's not ignore the psychological dependency that forms. What started as a simple habit can turn into a form of addiction. Your mind becomes conditioned to seek out that instant gratification, rather than enduring the harder, more rewarding path toward your goals. If you're watching this, it's time to take control. Imagine a life where your mind is clear, your focus is sharp, and your confidence is unshakable. Imagine what you could accomplish if you didn't let this habit drain you. So, if you want to start reclaiming your life, reclaim your mental power, and discover your true strength, then hit that subscribe button now and join us, because we're here to guide you on your journey to self-improvement. The second aspect of your life that's under siege is your physical health. Think about this. When you masturbate excessively, you're not just losing a moment of energy. You're losing something far more profound, your testosterone. Testosterone is the hormone that powers everything, from your muscle growth to your drive to your energy. Men with higher testosterone levels tend to feel more powerful, more motivated, and more confident. But every time you give in to this habit, you're actively reducing those levels. The effect on your body is undeniable. Excessive masturbation leads to fatigue. Your body spends energy on processes that it should be using for growth and development. Instead, it's left exhausted, drained, and unable to perform at its peak. The mental fog. You feel the lack of motivation to hit the gym or accomplish your daily tasks isn't just in your head. It's physical. Your body needs energy to grow, to thrive, and to push itself. But when you're constantly draining your resources, it's like running on empty. Your muscle gains stall, your energy levels plummet, and your overall vitality diminishes. This brings us to a deeper level, the philosophical perspective. Throughout history, men have wrestled with the question, what does it mean to truly be a man? What separates the average from the extraordinary? If we turn to ancient philosophers like Aristotle or Marcus Aurelius, they believed that true power came from self-control and the ability to endure hardship. A man who gives in to fleeting pleasures, they would argue, sacrifices his potential. Instead of focusing on the greater goals that require discipline, he succumbs to instant gratification. Self-discipline, the ability to master your impulses, is at the heart of true masculinity. When you're constantly indulging, you're abandoning the very essence of what it means to be a powerful man: control. A man who has control over himself, his body, and his desires is a man who can lead. What about your place in society? Masculinity is not only defined by physical or mental strength, it's also about how you present yourself to the world. Excessive masturbation can significantly harm your social life. It's difficult to lead when you're constantly distracted by desires that pull you away from the present. Your social interactions start to feel shallow, disconnected. You can't form the deep, meaningful relationships that make you feel truly alive. True masculinity is about connection, both with yourself and others. When your testosterone levels are high, you naturally exude confidence, authority, and power. People are drawn to you. They respect you. They trust you to lead. But when you fall into a cycle of self-indulgence, that power begins to fade. Let's take a look at history. Alexander the Great, a man who conquered vast territories and built one of the largest empires the world had ever seen, did so through discipline, focus, and unwavering resolve. He was not distracted by petty indulgences. His energy was channeled into greatness. Similarly, Spartacus, the gladiator who led a slave rebellion against the Roman Empire, was known for his incredible willpower and resilience. He didn't waste his energy on fleeting pleasures. His strength came from control, from being the master of his own desires. These men didn't achieve greatness by giving in to their desires. They achieved it by harnessing the raw energy of their masculinity, by focusing on something larger than themselves. It's time to make a choice. You can continue down the path of instant gratification, surrendering your power bit by bit. Or you can choose to take control, to reclaim your energy, your focus, your masculinity. You can become the man you were always meant to be. We are here to help you make that transition. We'll be creating content to guide you on your journey to greater health, strength, and masculinity. But first, you need to commit. Hit that subscribe button now and join us